Hi guys, I am Susan. I, along with my business partner Jennifer, we run a business called orangelightenergy. I'll put the link below. I'm an intuitive, an empath. I channel. My main guide is Archangel Metatron, but I work with other guides as well. This video is a little different than a lot of my others, but today I want to talk about one of the sessions that we offer. The reason that I'm doing this is because one of the amazing souls we work with has asked to donate a service to give somebody the opportunity who may not have done it by themselves to be able to enjoy this service. So I want to talk through it. I want to give you the information about it. And then if you think that it feels right for you, if it would be helpful to you, then just comment below. Let me know that you're interested in this session, and I will put all the names together. We'll pull one out, and then I think, just because there's a portal day coming up, I will work with Metatron to pick a winner on February 22nd on 2/22, and then I'll come back on and let you know who it is that's going to get this service. For anybody that follows my business partner Jennifer, she's on YouTube too. Metatron is Speaking is her channel. She's been talking for about a month now about how the energies of this time are really amplified, how they're supporting the clearing of karmic debt. And that's one of the things that's in this session. This is the session that she's been talking about, that she's been guided to. So that's the one that we're bringing forward that I want to talk about. So anybody that's been to our website, we use crystal grids. Crystal grids are, they're channeled. They support the services. They are the work area that we use when we're doing this work. But they'll also help you to recognize if a service will be good for you, if it is something that would resonate with your energy, because you're going to feel a pull to that grid. This is printouts of the two grids that we use for the session I'm going to talk about, which is the Soul Deep Clean. I'm showing you the grids so you can see they're very similar, but also they are different. This is the Soul Deep Clean level 1, and this is the Soul Deep Clean level 2. The level 2 is new because of these amplified energies. We worked with Metatron to come up with a session that allowed people who've already done the Soul Deep Clean to continue to clear to a deeper level. This session, really, it started for me through volunteering in hospice, seeing people who were at the end of life and wondering, how can you help them? How can we do something that can help them to move forward? If there are blocks and restrictions, how can we clear those so that even though their life may be coming to an end this time, how do they move forward in the next one? How do we give them a clean slate? How do we clear from them restrictions, things that may hold them back? So through opportunities that came, I worked on this session. I was excited about it. I told Jennifer I'm going to do this end of life session, and she looked at me and said, why do I have to wait till I'm dying to get this? Why can't I be clear now? And she was right. It's the path of learning for me. I came to this through that path, and then her voice of reason made me realize that this didn't have to just be that. So now on our website, there is an end of life session, but there's also this one for those of us who are on this journey now and want to be clear. The session is fascinating. To me, this one I love because I think it encompasses so many different parts of your energy, so many different blocks, so many different restrictions, touching on each of them and giving you the information around parts of what was cleared, the bits that are important to you. Because a lot of you, if you're doing this work, if you're interested in these things, you've had a lot of lifetimes, you've lived a lot of incarnations, and in those times, who knows what your soul's been doing? Who knows where you have gone, where you have been, who you have worked with? So this gives the opportunity to clear all of those things. So they'll only show you what is going to help you to know about now, but we'll clear all of it. I always set the intention as we go into this work to clear for all versions of the soul, all incarnations through space, time, dimension, and reality. You know, clearing the whole parts of your energy, not just the parts that are here now. So that gives us the ability to clear things that are outside of the energy that you're in now, but are a part of your bigger energy, things that would still be impacting you, to give you a way to move forward. The way that these things can impact you will be different for everybody. And, you know, it might be, do you have extra challenge in your life? Do you have impacts that affect your health, that impact abundance? You know, there's all sorts of ways that this can impact you. So I want to just quickly go through the things that we clear so you can understand why this would be important and recognize if you think it would help you. Some of these sessions Jennifer does as a focused session, so that if you felt more guided to that, you would get more detailed information, more specific information. This, because we're clearing it on the scale that we are and the way that we're doing it. They're just giving you the information that is most helpful in the context of this work. So if there are things you feel more drawn to, you know, specifically the black magic and the galactic implants, there are specific sessions for those, and I'll link them below, you know, if you want to know where did they come from and things like that. So in the Soul Deep Clean Level 1, this we start with implant removal. So galactic implants, you know, they make sense to some people. Other people may think it sounds crazy, and that's fine. The reality is that a lot of people have these in their energy. Again, we've had a lot of past lifetimes, not all on Earth. And these, sometimes they're active, sometimes they're inactive. Even if they're inactive, they're blocking the flow of energy. They're restricting how you can release things. But if they are active, it can relate to influence. It can diminish your connection. It can call in doubt. A lot of times they're there to hold you back, to prevent you from moving forward, from having access to all parts of yourself. Often too, I see them related to communication, creating miscommunication, how you're hearing things, how other people are hearing your voice. So we clear those. And presets and conditioning. So this is another one. This is kind of your thought patterns, how you're moving through things. The analogy they give to me for this is, imagine walking into a forest and there's one path. So every time you come to this forest, you walk down the path because there's a path. You never look over here because there's no path. So the intention with the work that we do here is to clear that path. You know, you come to it, then there's no path. You can go any way you like. You could go over here, you could go over there. You can respond to situations in your life in the way that feels right to you, not in the way that you have always reacted to them. You know, not following the habit, the way that you have trained your mind to do it. So that again can bring you to new opportunities. Then we revoke oaths, contracts, permissions, and vows, any agreements that you have made at any time. These can come from this lifetime or they can come from past lifetimes. In this time, it can be, you know, a promise you've made, a vow you've made. It can be, you know, when you're sleeping, when you're dreaming, you have a really vivid dream, you're working on magic with somebody. They ask you for help and you go, sure. You may have a contract in place. Past lifetimes could be anything. You know, where have you been? What have you done? Who have you worked with? You know, what have you been willing to give up? You never know, again, what you have experienced. So we work with your higher self for that, because something that was put in place through free will has to be broken through free will. So you have to be the one that does it. So I work with your higher self to revoke these contracts, to clear it from all of the versions of your soul. In the document that I will give after the session, I include in there the wording that we use so that you can use it again. You know, I use it once a week in with my protection ritual just to keep myself clear of contracts. That will keep you clear in this lifetime, but during this session, we're clearing on a bigger scale. But again, these things can diminish you, can take parts of your soul, can take your abilities for other people to use, can just hold you back in so many ways. It's, you know, for everybody it's different, so I don't want to generalize, but just, you know, the contracts you have in place can just impact all parts of your life. The next one, and this is the big one Jennifer's been talking about, is releasing negative karma. You know, every lifetime that you come to is a different path of learning, and you may do things in that lifetime that follow a darker path. You know, we don't come here just for a path of light. You know, often learning comes from times of challenge, times that are not easy. You know, and those are the times when we grow. But for that to happen, somebody has to play that role. Somebody has to be willing to step forward and be the one who challenges people. And again, you don't know how that has played out in other times. You could have been a warrior. You could have been one that brought strife within your family. You could have been a thief. You could have been someone who neglected something. You know, it really, karmic debt could be anything. And it's again in this lifetime, what have you done? And this is about balance, you know, where you've experienced one side of things, so you experience the other. So you come here with these debts to repay. Always, you know, if you've created trauma in this lifetime, then how does that get carried forward? How does that get repaid in lifetimes that come? So again, this can impact abundance. This can impact your physical health. This can impact your access to your gifts, how you form relationships, how you communicate with other people. Do you feel deserving of punishment? No, do you struggle to feel self-worth? All of this can come down to karmic debt, to things that you are repaying, things that you are experiencing because of how you have brought them in past times. So to release negative karma, we need a new way to repay it. And the way that was shown to me, the way that we do this, is to call forward all of those with whom you hold karmic debt who allow it to be repaid. I do trauma removal for them. I do healing work for them. Sometimes there's other things, you know, again, everybody's energy is different. But this gives you a different way to repay the debt, a way to repay it without having to experience or to be distracted from your path in these ways. Because if it's just about repaying something, it will distract you. You know, you can't focus on the things you came here to do if you're overwhelmed with debt. So it's important that we can clear things in this way. And why it is particularly important, again, if people have heard Jennifer talk, to repay or to clear trauma, ordinarily you need to be in a human form. You need to be incarnated. When we do it this way, it allows for it to be done for souls who may not be incarnated right now, giving them a way to clear trauma, to gain healing without having to come to a lifetime. You know, it also, I mean, it's benefit to any soul. Some of them may be incarnated. It doesn't matter. We can do this work for them anyway because we're doing it on a soul level. But it's giving you another way, you know, almost a loophole, a way to get around the system, to repay the debt, but to do it in a different way. You know, it's like you buy a house for $1 million and you're burdened by the debt each time you have to pay these mortgage payments, do these repayments on it. You know, and it's stopping you from doing anything because you always have to put your money, your energy in that direction. When you lift the debt, it's almost like you get an inheritance. You get this money that suddenly comes to you and you can be like, here, I want to repay this. And suddenly it lifts a weight. It gives you new focus. It gives you new things, new direction. You know, so this can be really, really impactful on your life. Metatron has talked too about how when you're clear of karmic debt, it can give you access to different timelines. It can give you the opportunity of higher timelines, of bringing to you opportunities that you couldn't access before, that you couldn't see. So this can be really huge. This is important too because, you know, it's the human way. When we perceive ourselves as having done something of darkness, we judge ourselves. We bring ourselves low, or we worry that we're going to do these things again. And it's the incarnated mind that does that. On the other side, we recognize the value. We recognize the importance of these things. You know, we recognize that there is learning in it. That just because now we may look and think, oh my God, I did these terrible things. That's not the truth of it. You know, you came down here for a path of learning. The actions you took helped others to learn. Just because when you're down here, you don't recognize the learning, you don't see the value in it because it's hard and it brings struggle, it doesn't mean it's not so. So there's a lot of focus put on this when we're clearing things. Let go of the judgment on yourself. Let go of holding yourself back because of these perceived wrongs, and recognize the strength that it takes to be willing to play a role like that. To see what you learned from it. And that's true of struggle in your life now. What can you learn from it? What does it mean? How does it hold value? How does it move you forward? So the next thing we do is lifting dark energies, hexes, blocks, restrictions, demonic energies, anything like that. Again, this is one Jennifer has a session for, and she clears things in a way that she can tell you how many hexes you had, how many curses. She'll explain these things to you. This is more general because we're clearing so many things all at once. So when I do this, we will clear anything that's around all of these versions of your energy. I use a portal to do it, sucks things off, clears them from you. We transmute things to light. And again, they'll give you an example of what was cleared from your energy that was being impactful. What was cleared that was holding you back? How is it holding you back? How may there have been a pattern of behavior, something that was reflected in your life now that you may not have known was there? After that, we clear energetic attachments and cut energetic cords. More things that can hold you back. Attachments can make it hard to move to a higher vibration. They can hold you in places of struggle, in places where you may feel despair instead of hope. Make it harder for you to find joy. Again, when you're doing that, it's keeping you in a lower energy, a lower vibration. So it's making it hard for you to reach the higher vibrations, to find the place where you have access to the higher timelines, where you can more easily communicate with your guides. It's, by clearing these, it can really help you to move forward. Cutting energetic cords is the same. Imagine these energetic cords. If you have a cord from your heart chakra to a time of trauma over here, one from your throat chakra that connects you somewhere else. Energetic cords are a connection to a past time, a past experience. And they may hold you back from an opportunity in this time that's brought struggle in the past, but would be great for you now. It may impact your relationship, stopping you from moving on from something that doesn't need to hold you back now. There's so many things with cords that can restrict you and tie you to things that no longer serve. With all of that done, we clear trauma. And trauma is similar to karmic debt in the fact that it is layers. We can clear it now, but we can clear more at another time. It's as you close out cycles, as you close out lessons, as you move through your life, more can be cleared, more comes up, more is able to be purged from your energy. It's part of the path and the work that you're doing. But our bodies will hold on to trauma. We hold on to it. It's familiar. It feels safe because we've had it there. So I work with Archangel Metatron and we clear it. Anything that doesn't need to be held. Always, of course, asking for the learning to remain in place, because I don't want you to have to do that again. To hold the things that are of value, but to clear the things that you don't need. And then, when you're working with some modalities, it's moving energies and moving things to exit points. When you're working with an angelic energy, or when I'm working specifically with Metatron, he will lift it out. You don't need this anymore. Let me help you. So there'll still be pieces that you have to work through. It's part of your path to feel things, to recognize emotions, to see patterns. But we can help you to clear it more easily. We do energetic healing around all of that. And I ask, especially with this session, that the trauma removal and the healing continue for as long as Metatron knows it's needed. Because this is a lot to clear, and it may continue for a few days afterwards. So we just continue this trauma removal and the healing to just keep up with that. As things come up and are able to be cleared, to let that work continue. Then to close out this session, we reset all of your chakras. Again, I work with Metatron on this, and he resets each of the chakras. Think about it as like when you update your phone or your laptop and it needs to restart to take in the update without any issues. It's the same with this. If we're changing this much in your energy at one time, then it is good to reset, to restart, to clear the old energies, and to make sure the new ones are where they need to be and fully integrated. So you can tell this is a lot that we work on, a lot that we clear in your energy. The energies are sent the night before we would meet, or the night before you get the notes, depending if you want the Zoom session. Because, you know, sometimes it's just when we're clearing energies like this is the optimal way for us to do it. But this can make a real impact in your energy. The level 2 of this, which I mentioned, is a new session. Just because of the energies we're in and the way that things can be. That just, it's, you know, those of us doing this work, sometimes we're just hungry for it. We want to do more. We want to go deeper. So that's what this is about. You know, giving people an opportunity to clear more karmic debt, to clear more trauma, to take advantage of the energies that we're in, to clear as much as possible. So with this one, we release more karmic debt. Anything that's able to be released at this time. After that, there's a big focus on trauma. You know, we close trauma portals in the energy. So a trauma portal is like an energetic cord, but more intense. No, it's like a portal that's open within the energy, connecting you directly with a time of trauma. When something is like that, you cannot heal from it. You know, it's still present. It's still there, like an open wound. These can be from past events, or it can be from trauma in this lifetime that has triggered an opening that connects you with something along a similar path in a past time. But it can still, if you can't heal from something, you can't move beyond a wound. It's going to be in your energy. It's going to be raw. It's going to be something that can create overwhelm and struggle, that can bring really strong emotions. So we close those. They'll tell us where in your energy these were, give some idea of what they were related to, so you can understand the wounding that may have been around them, how it may be present in your life. This one was big for me when I did it. When I first did this work, it made me cry. I felt the emotional weight of it. It is clearing energetic scarring. So I clear this in a couple of other sessions. But it's never been shown to me in the way that it was for this work. What I saw, this is like opening up the energy. And when I was in the energy, it looked to me like scarred skin, burned skin. Something that was healed, but the markings were still there. And then the way they showed the impact of this to me was a new wound being made. Something new, creating a wound that related to this one. And as it bled, the blood that came out looked like lava. And as it touched the scarred skin, it just lit up. It was like it fired up this old wound, that this new wound that could be really small just triggered the big wound, reactivated something that had been held in the energy. Because again, scarring is about marking your energy, holding something to you, blocking you from healing from it, blocking you from moving forward. Now, again, things that have created these don't need to be held. You can keep the learning, but it's not relevant to this lifetime. If they're still in your energy, then you're holding this trauma to you. You're keeping something in your energy that stops you from moving forward in this time with full clarity, with full openness to what is available to you. We clear those, and then again, we focus on trauma and energetic healing. And then I bring in tuning forks. This is about recalibrating the energy, rebalancing it, bringing everything back into alignment. But as I've done this work, what I've realized is they're also activating. There's things within the energy that can be triggered. I work with the tuning forks and just move them through the energy. And it's different for everybody. It's very specific to each person. Moving these through the energy and just triggering and activating, bringing in information or downloads. It is, I don't know exactly what this will mean for everybody, but it's a way of triggering something within your energy, of waking something up, bringing something back. With anything that is brought back, there is no on-off switch. You know, we can clear blocks from it, we can activate it within your energy, but to bring it back will still be your path. You know, to set intention, to do the work. You know, to call something back is related to when you are ready, what you had agreed upon for this lifetime. Divine timing, as much as it drives a lot of us crazy, is very real, and they will bring things to you when you are ready. And you may find that you suddenly are excited to use oracle cards, or you want to work with crystals, or you want to do a Reiki attunement. All of those are things that will lead you to open up your abilities. You know, it can be other things too. I'm just giving examples. But these things are catalysts in your energy. They're a gateway, a doorway to something that can then lead you to something else. Because that's how a lot of times abilities or anything within your life will come. They'll give it to you in a way that starts us off, but then as you get comfortable with that, they'll move you a little bit further, and then a little bit further, and a little bit further. You wake up 6 months from now and go, how did I get to this? You know, it's about a path. None of it is instant. It would be overwhelming. We wouldn't know what to do with it. They have to bring it to us in the way that serves us best. This session, the level 2, I also have put a note on there that, you know, these sessions are led by Archangel Metatron and your higher self. So the work I do here is a foundation, but I think in general, for each of these sessions, there's more that can be cleared, but it's not something that is standardized across everybody. This is a foundation, and then we go into it, and there may be something else. There's something that comes up that your higher self and Metatron know can be cleared. So they take this opportunity to do it, to do what is needed to move you forward. So again, this can be huge, you know, to clear things that I didn't know could be cleared, didn't even know it needed to be cleared. Something you didn't know was in your energy that has been really detrimental. So these 2 sessions, the Soul Deep Clean, level 1 and level 2, I'm really hoping there's more levels to come because I love clearing this stuff, are both, they're listed on our website. I'm going to put both of them there, but as I said, one of our beautiful clients has donated one to somebody who's watching this, somebody who feels that they resonate with this, that it may help them. Just comment below this video, letting me know that you're interested, that you want to be entered for this. And then on February 22nd, 2025, I'm going to work with Metatron to let him choose whoever this is going to go to. And then I'll let you know in the comments, in the community section. I think they've renamed that, but you'll find it. And I will talk about it in a video too. So this video has gone a little longer than my usual ones, but it was important. I want to talk through this work and give you the information. The work can be done with or without a Zoom session to work through it. If you don't want the Zoom session, the energies would come the night before, then I'll send you the notes and you can ask questions through email if you want to. If you want the Zoom call, the energies would come the night before, and then we'll schedule a time and we'll meet on Zoom and I can go through this work with you and we can talk through and answer any questions. I'm going to put the links to this below, the links to the sessions that Jennifer does that relate to this. You know, that the ones that go more deep into what it is that is being cleared, in case anybody feels more guided to that. But I'm going to leave it here. I hope this information is helpful to you. I hope going through it is helpful so that you can see if it feels right to you. But love to you all. Okay, bye.